this, by this, they receive also, they enter into the sanctification through Moshe, right, toward the other people. Sanctification, because they were set apart unto Elohim. We know that they don't have inheritance, they don't have land. You see, they receive the tithe. So they have been set apart by Elohim, but Moshe was still the head. He was still the head. And this is very important to understand, because after that, when they entered into the land of Canaan, there was a shift, because the head goes to Yehoshua, the son of Nun. Yehoshua, the son of Nun, he was not a Levite, you see. But the Levite system has been already formed. So it's really important to understand that. And the rebellion of Korah is more than just a rebellion in the text about one man. He represents the nature of man or woman, who rebel against authority, you see. So the authority has many forms. It's not only in the Levites. The authority we can find it in the family, husband and wife, children and parents. You see, we have the authority, and we cannot change the roles. A child cannot become the father. He will become his own father in a time, but at this time he is not a father, so he cannot change authority. And the process is, if Moshe had been unjust, if he had been abusing, if he had been doing his own ways, we could understand that they rebelled against him. But it was not the fact. It was not the fact. Moshe was only doing what Elohim wanted him to do. You see? So it's the same in the family. We are not commanded to follow blind. We are not commanded to follow people who are wrong. It's not what the Torah teaches. But if the person who is over us is doing according to the Torah, we have to accept that. It might not be like we like, but it is the way of Elohim, because Elohim knows what we need. He knows that we have to go through a certain way in order to shape our character, to shape our personality, you see? And this is very important for us. So we need to understand that. We need to understand that, you know, Yeshua said to the Father, he said, not my will, but thy will. Yeshua never did his own will. He never did his own will. We never read from Yeshua rebelling, Yeshua criticizing. No, he closed his mouth. He didn't say anything. Because in life, if we accept that Elohim is involved in everything of our life, everything. If we accept that, okay, that everything what happened around us in our life and to us is from Elohim. It doesn't mean that it is Elohim who do it, but Elohim is aware of that. He's in control of that. He's in control about everything. About our life, about our finances, about our life condition, about everything. If we know that, then we will live at peace. We will have peace, the real peace, the shalom. But if we try to force anything, then we do it like Korah. We do it in our own ways. And then we run into trouble. Like Korah ran into trouble. He didn't know how to do that. But he didn't even realize. He was focused on his own opinion, on his own destiny of destruction. You see, there is tales about the tzitzit, you know, discussion between the wife of Korah who tell him, oh, he will let you do everything. They didn't think that Moshe make up the things, do the tzitzit, you know. But it was not. It was Elohim. It was Elohim. So it's very important to understand that there are many Korah around us, and we don't have to let a Korah be in us. We don't have to let a Korah be in us. even if we don't like, sometimes, especially when we are young, you know, when we have authority of the father, the mother, you know, then we don't like because we want to go a certain way. No, that's not the way it should be, because it causes a lot of trouble. Why should we run into trouble instead of be patient in obedience and reap the good things of life? That's how it is. It's how it is. You know? Oh no, I want to go my way. Okay, you want to go your way, you will bear the consequence for you alone. You understand? You cannot blame anybody but yourself. So this is what we have to learn. And this Korah is really a good lesson for us to see that, because, you know, human beings in 2021 are the same like it was in the time of Moshe. Things around us have changed, materialism, but the human being, the nature of human being is the same. From Adam until today is the same nature. We have the same nature. So we need to understand that. What do I do with my life? And sometimes, like you see now, with this so-called, you know, pandemic, you know, which is a big lie, but we have to understand that Elohim is in control. He is in control, not man. Not human being. No man is in control. They are fools. They are fools. It is just, it is just a repetition of what was in the time of Babel. You remember the Babel Tower? You remember? So, what is it? They come together against Elohim. They want to build a tower to reach to heaven, which means they want to put themselves above Elohim. Above Elohim. It's today the same. It's the same. They put by side everything what is good from Elohim, and they want to put themselves in the place of Elohim. They think we will save life, we will make that, we will make that. But they are just fools who run, you know, in the wrong place. You know?
Their own thing.
Yeah. So we have to understand that. We have to understand that if we listen to Elohim, we will not fall into the trap of man. We will not fall into the trap of man. But if we follow the world, we will fall into the way of the world. When the world will fall, we will fall also. But Paul explained, he said, we are living in this world, but we are not from this world. Oh, you see, we can live in this world, we are not from this world. This means we don't agree with the world. We are not here to fight against people outside because of their ways. No, we are not here to fight. But we have a mind, we have a sound mind. We have to discern, what do I do with my life? Do I want to follow the sheep who go to the slaughter? Or do I want to follow my Mashiach? Do I want to follow Elohim? That is a choice we have. You know? And this is our choice, our personal choice. We have to decide for ourselves. And once we decide, we don't have to move from that. We have to stay there and to say, okay, that's my life, this is what I want. And whatever Elohim has for me, I will take it, I will get it. And what he has not for me, I will not get it. Okay? You see, myself, many years I was chasing after big companies and big monies, until the day I realized it was not my goal. My goal was not that, to become rich and to have a lot of money. Yeah, I like money because I was living in a materialistic world. You know, my friends all have a company, and we always speak about money, cars, and other things. But one day, I realized that it was not my goal. My goal was not to become a millionaire. No, it was not. I thought when I start a business, you know, when your business is flourishing, you have more money, you know. This is what I spoke yesterday with a Tegarjan, you know, and you pay a rent which is really crazy, you know, just to have a beautiful apartment, you know. But all that is superficial, you know. It cannot satisfy the inner man. It just satisfies the flesh. You understand? when people come to visit you, oh, what apartment you have, blah, 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 you know. But one day I realized that it was not my goal. And then this is when the process came that I want to define what is my goal. What is the goal of my life? And I realized that it was more spiritual. I didn't heard before. Nobody was there to show me, oh, there is a better way in life. You know, the only things I knew, it was Catholicism. These are the only things I knew from my youth, because my great mother was a Catholic, and we were impregnated by the Catholicism in the house. But my parents and we were not practicant. We didn't practice Catholicism. Okay, we are just so on the surface Catholic, but we never went to the church or like so. We didn't have statute in the house or any signs of Catholicism, nothing. But we were marked by the Catholicism until myself, at the age of 14, I refused Catholicism. But I went into the world because I didn't know anything. I didn't know. Nobody was there to tell me, to take me by the hand and say, oh, there is another way. You have not only the Catholicism, but you have other ways which are better. So and I went into the world and I built myself. So to make business, you know, I went to, first of all, I was working with the post, and I was a postman many years, and I was a seller in a store, you know, in a mall, and so on and so on. And after that, when I went to Germany, I started my own business, and this is where I began to make money, you know. But at the end, I realized that, you know, when you have a car, you want a car, I will give you an example, you want a car, costs 2 million pesos, okay? When you reach this goal, you say, wow, I have this car, I dream. But when you, at the same time, when you enter into the car, you have another goal, no, I mean, now I want a car with 3 million pesos. You understand? Because after a while, the car for 2 million pesos will not satisfy your desire. You understand? You will look at the neighbors or at your friend's car who just bought a brand new car, you know, or 3 million pesos. So say, okay, my next car will be 3 million pesos, you know, and so on. And this is the same with apartment, this is the same with clothes, this is the same with everything. But at the end, it just ran for nothing, So, and I did that for many years. I needed to get respect from people, you know, when they see you, you are successful in business, you know, and toward my family. Toward my family, especially my father and my mother, because when I was a young boy, they told me that I am good for nothing. Good for nothing. This is what they told me. I will never reach something in life because I was not good in the school. But the question was I not good? Or were the teacher not good to teach or to teach children? You see, we had a very, very hard education in this time. But you see, so I want to prove my parents that they were wrong. This is why when I came to them, I always wear the best suits, the best shoes. I come with the best car to show them. Unconscious, I was not directing to provoke them, but my behavior was to reply to them, to show them, you didn't wrong. You didn't show that I have a potential. But inside, I was still hurt from what I have heard from my parents. You know, to my sister, she was always quiet. She learned in the school. My oldest brother the same. So they make it because they were never put under pressure with such a statement. But myself, I was broken. Because when you abuse a child mentally, you destroy him. You destroy his self-confidence. You destroy his personality. You destroy his you know, all what is make a person is destroyed. And as long as you don't find that, where is my problem, you cannot repair. You cannot repair. And myself, I ran through the life, but I saw that at a certain point, I was not able to make the step, because in my subconscious, it was also, you are good for nothing. You will not do. You understand? So, I was limited. In spite of having a good business, I was limited. And it is only Elohim who was... behind me, until the day I realized, no, this materialism, this material world is not for me. I don't run for that. I want something which is more deeper. And then, when I turned to Christianity at this time, I realized that it was much better for me. So my business was still running, and very, very fine, but I didn't have priority with business. My business was seeking God. I was seeking God. You know, many years. And I was really, I investigate in the church, and then after that I realized that people are manipulators. And I did even did the Bible school, because they want me to become a pastor, but it was not my goal. I didn't have a goal to be a preacher and pastor in a church to make money. So, and this is when Elohim showed me that there is another way. There is the way of the Torah. You see, and I realized that all what we have in our life, we need to understand ourselves first. We need to understand ourselves first. We need healing. Healing in our life. Healing. We can only get healing in our life if we know the roots. If we know the roots. To me, it was almost 60 years before I found the roots in myself. Why I am so, why I behave so, why my life was so. Now, today, I am at peace because I know it. I know where it comes from. You understand? Before, I have suffered for it. I overcome it. But it was not a complete healing because I don't know. Today, I have no bitterness against my parents. I forgive them. It's no problem because I know that they didn't know what they are doing. You understand? Because they simply repeat the same way what they have been taught themselves. You understand? I remember my mother one time, it's a long time, it's maybe, it's more than 20 years, maybe 25 years, I told her, I love you. And, you know, I saw the tear on her face, and she says she's not able to say that simply because she has never heard. She has never heard from her own family, father and mother. Her father and her mother. You see? So she was not able. But myself, I decided that it isn't because I have not heard that I will not say to my children, because I don't want to repeat the same problem. You understand? And this is why I don't speak too much. I'm very careful what I say. You understand? So, for each of us, for you, Philip, Jane, Jenica, you need to pray. If you have something and you want to understand, you have to pray not one time. You have to search, to dig into your life until Elohim will reveal where is the root of things you want to uproot, you want to remove. You know, deception or the bitterness. I don't say that it must be so, but something was disturb you in your life to behave. And when we find that, we can deal with that, of course, right? We can deal because we are found. But if we don't find, how can we deal with that? Why does people go to the psychologist? They go to the psychologist because they hope the psychologist will help them to find the problem they have inside. But we have the greatest psychologist, it is Elohim. We don't need to go to a psychologist. We need to be honest with ourselves. We need to be honest with ourselves. And if we are honest with ourselves, we can move. We can move and we say, okay, there's something that disturbed me in my life and I want to uproot that. I want to remove it from my life. So, but I need to find out, first of all, to circle around. And so I will accept myself like I am. Nobody will have to tell me what I am because I know who I am. And I will be able to go my life and not to be influenced by the outside. Okay? So this is very important because the first things usually, it was not my case because myself, I left my parents' house when I was 20. I started to work very, so not very young, but young. With 20, I was independent. I was working my own money, paying my own rent, and so on and so on. Okay, was finished. But some people today do not do that. They study up to 30, and up to 30 they live with the parents, you know, in a parents' house. But we have to know that if I want to have this inner freedom, I need to be myself, and in a positive way, not in a negative way. This means I will have to find out what is disturbing in me. It can be, you know, it can be in a very young age. In a very young age, something which is rooted deep in us. And we have to find out, and then to work out, and to say, okay, now I know I can do all things through Mashiach who strengthens me. I can uproot everything which is not from Elohim. Because I know that it is Elohim who has given me life. I came to this world by my father and my mother. But the one who gave me life, the breath of life, is Elohim. Okay? So I came to life because it is a commandment to man and woman to procreate. Okay? To make children. But the breath of life, I receive it from the King of the universe. He alone has authority over my life. He alone. He alone. Myself, I am commanded to be respectful to my father, to my mother. So if the mother and the father I had were not like I wish, I have to forgive them because they were ignorant. I have to forgive them. You know, we let go, we forgive them. Myself, I love my parents because they're my parents. So, and this is why it's very important. If we want to have a good life in the Torah, we need to understand ourselves first. You know, when you see people around you, when you see people who go into the assembly, they just want to give something, a facade, you know. I want to show you myself this way. You have to see me this way. Not this way, only this way. You understand?
Outside.
Yes, the outside. Because they have not gone the process of healing inside. We need to go this process of healing. And it's not an easy task. It will take... So for me, because he was very, very, very old, I had to dig very deep to find out. Until one day, I found the root. I found the root. It was really difficult. Because we must be honest with ourselves. Why I behave so? Why I refuse that? Why I want to do that? Why it is so? What is in my character? We find it. And thanks Jehovah because he's very patient with us. Very patient. You see? So, but we can change and come to the true nature that is inside us through Mashiach. Mashiach has put a seed in us. And this seed must develop. But it must develop in an honest way, and not in a fake way. Not in a fake way. You know, when you go to an assembly, oh, I love you, brother, I love you, sister, oh, nice to see you, blah, 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 blah. And the next day you hear that they are gossiping about you, they're telling story about yourself, you know. Is that love? No, it's not. But you know, it's because they don't know, because people do not realize that if I go and I speak against somebody, I will hurt myself first. Because Lashon Hara is a sin, and sin is a problem with Elohim. You understand? So I encourage you to do that for yourself. It's not collective, it's everyone for yourself. Jenica for herself, Jen for herself, and you for yourself. And to work on that. And it's not something, you know, you will not run all the day with that in mind. No, it's not so. It will come, you know, when you seek earnestly and you say, okay, what is my deception in life? Why I'm so? And now it's much easier when you do it in your age than to wait 50 years to do it with 70. You understand? So it's much better now to start and to say, I will clean up the garden, you know, I will remove every weeds and all the things that disturb my garden, so that my garden may be a beautiful garden. You understand? Because I believe that if you want to build a family, you hope to have the best wife or the best husband. Right? So, but you need to prepare for that. You need to prepare. And I will not repeat to my children what I have gone through. Okay? I will not do to my children what they didn't like myself. You understand? If I have been disappointed by my father, my mother, I will not put that on my children. You understand? This is what we have to do. This is what we have to do. If I do the same, I'm just the same. Even if they have excuse because they didn't know. You see? And that is also in Korah. The Korah story brings us to this point. Rebellion at its roots somewhere. And rebellion has many forms. And this is why it is very important to discuss. You are our children. You have become our children. In 2005, not now, in 2005, you have become our children because you lost your father very young. So, you see, that is life, this destiny is life. Okay? And you have become, by that, you have become our children. And myself, I may not have done like I should have done it toward you. Okay? I don't have, no, because I lack a lot of understanding myself. I have done it with my heart, but not in the best way I could have given to you. You understand? Because myself, I need first my own healing. So I did it because I had the intention to help you to have a better life. But it was not in the perfect way. It was not. Because myself, I was busy with my own life. You understand? And it's only step by step that it changed. So, I don't want to promote myself to be better. I am not better. I am working on my own healing and on restoration. Thanks Jehovah, it becomes better and better. And I want to encourage you also to do this way because it will help you to have a good life. Good life. Not because of money, but because you will be inside. You will have the shalom, the peace. This peace nobody can take from you. You understand? With money or without money, you will be happy people because you will know whom you are and whom you are toward Elohim. And this is very important. You see? And this is what we have to learn. Okay? We have all something to forgive to anyone. And if I have to forgive, I want to say to Elohim, I forgive my father, I forgive my mother. I sincerely forgive and forgive me for I have been upset with my mother, I have been upset with my neighbor, I have been upset, you know. So, I let go everything. You understand? And help me, Elohim, help me to be the one you want me to be. People of truth will not play story. You understand? And so, we can move forward. Okay? So this is, you see, from the Korah, we can learn a lot. Rebellion is a very evil spirit because Samuel says that rebellion is as a spirit of sorcery. You see, so it is really very bad. Okay, yeah. It's not what I tell you is that you know that what we do it with our heart. And we are not perfect. It's not because we are old that we are perfect. Because every human being has a flaw, you know, has something which must be repaired in their life. So, but what we have done since the time you came with us, we have done it with our heart. Sure, without perfect knowledge, but we have done it with our heart. We took you with us because we love you and we want you to know that we don't do it because we must. We must nothing. We do it because we saw the opportunity also to help you and to give you a better life. So that you never forget that Elohim is good. Amen. You see, this is what it is. It is just so to see that Elohim is good and that sometimes life is amazing. It's amazing because He brings us somewhere we don't even imagine, you know. You didn't even imagine. When I came in 2005 in the Philippines, I never imagined that my destiny was to have you as children and to take you and to build around you. You understand? Because you have been part of my life and we have turned everything in our decision with Ategarjan. You were always included. Always. in our thinking. You know, we don't decide for ourselves. We decide for the whole family. And this is what we have to know. So that when you on your turn, when you will build something, you will have to think, do I do that for myself? Or do I do that because I want to please Elohim? It's totally different. The selfish person will say, okay, my, I do everything I want. But the one who wants to please his creator, we do it another way. He will seek what is good, what is noble, what is pure, you know, what is praiseworthy, so that he please Elohim. That is the difference. So we have to learn that. We have to learn for ourselves. Okay, you see? So I hope it will help you also to understand our relationship with you. Okay, how we behave with you. Because it's not always easy for us neither, you know. Sometimes, you know, we lack of communication, you know. If we are living together in the same house, we can communicate. And this communication is very important.
Yeah.
Within yourself also, within yourself, because we are living together, you know.